my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Monday morning. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. Now, September, a very inspirational month, and one which marks the start of an all-female expedition called Rise of the Matriarch that makes its way through various southern African countries, visiting various wildlife organizations and conservations as well. Now, the last time that they did this, it was the Elephant Ignite expedition that took place. They traveled over 15,787 kilometers, right?
Wow.
Over 100 days through 10 countries. And we're joined by Carla Gezer, who's the founder of NPO Blue Sky Society Trust, to tell us all about it. Thank you for joining us.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
Wow. Carla, you have to tell me, you have to tell us, what was the motivation behind an all-female expedition like what you're doing right now?
In about 2012, I started hearing about the poaching crisis that's happening to our elephants. And you know what, we live in a society where every single day we've got pressures, if it's racism and terrorism and, inflated prices of living. And I just decided, we've become quite numb to what's happening around us. And I just heard about the elephant poaching. We're losing 98 elephant a day on average. It's one every 15 to 20 minutes. Wow. And I just decided that I couldn't be a person that just sat back and does nothing about it or just moans about it. So I decided to start doing this all-female expedition. And females because Matriarch leads a herd, and I wanted to lead this group of females into Africa. Yeah. And there have been incredible men that have gone out there and couples that have gone out there, but not many groups of females. And I wanted to just showcase to people around the world that it's safe for a group of females to go into Africa. Yeah. So that
and to have such an amazing impact as well when I just think about the distance you're covering. And now we're looking at the next 50 days where you'll be covering some 9,000
Yes, it'll probably be over 9,000 kilometers. That's on average. But yeah.
How long does it even take to put together an expedition of this nature?
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Googling, researching, relationship building, because you've got to connect with the organizations. One of the main pillars is for us to go and meet these incredible organizations they're the actual heroes and sheroes. They're the ones that deal with these poaching problems, with human-wildlife conflict, and they're the ones that we want to go and meet and hear their stories and hopefully support them wherever we possibly can. Tell these stories to the world, because the world needs to know what's happening to our wildlife.
Now, Carla, an expedition like this, you must have and meet so many obstacles along the way. What are some of the greatest ones that you guys come across?
The biggest challenges are things like, it costs a lot of money to put these expeditions off. Each crew member pays their own way, so they cover their own logistics. But it's trying to find corporates to come on board in terms of fundraising. It's getting people to donate. People are suffering from a bit of donor fatigue at the moment because every corner you turn, there's somebody asking for this and somebody asking for that. Yeah. Security is always it's an all-female group, so you do attract a lot of attention. So security is always one of my priorities, obviously keeping the crew safe. So it's quite stressful, but it's also, Africa's good, bad, all at the same time. It's never boring, but it can also make you feel alive, like you've never felt before. And the spirit of Ubuntu is really out there in Africa. Yeah, I know, it's great.
I'm glad that you get to experience that as well.
That is the beauty of it.
And these images speak volumes, like you say, about the heroes and the shearers and the people that are involved on the ground. So over the next 50 days, the 9,000 plus kilometers, take me through the itinerary and what that's going to look like.
Okay, so we're leaving from Johannesburg, from the Getaway Show, next Sunday, so in 6 days' time. Yeah, it's And I've got two vehicles. I've got my trusty 1997 Dora. She's a little TDI Land Rover.
The Explorer.
No, she was named for my nieces.
Oh,
it's
really?
So sweet,
Okay.
And then I've got another vehicle from Ava Safari. So there are two vehicles, and there'll be about 4 or 5 crew members. We're heading from Joburg, we're heading into Zimbabwe. Then from Zimbabwe, go into Botswana, and then Namibia, then back into Botswana, and then finishing off and with Elephants Alive and Hoedspruit. And I'm the only one that's doing the entire 50 days, and then I've got the crew members coming in and out for like two weeks at a time.
Before we let you go, we would love for our viewers to get involved. How can they get involved?
Well, they can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Blue Sky Society. And just, you don't know how encouraging it is. It's quite an emotional roller coaster when you're out there. You're hearing about the challenges that these organizations face. You're hearing about the poaching, you're hearing about the stuff that's happening in the communities. And it's so encouraging just to get messages from home, from your viewers and from people just encouraging us to go out there and carry on.
Yeah, well, thank you for bringing us your story.
It's a pleasure.
Very inspiring on this Monday morning. So, as Carla just said, follow them on social media at Blue Sky Society, and we look forward to a report back on that
Thank
journey.
you.